All right, let's go. Oh, snaps. All right, here we are. We're doing troubleshooting a VLAN implementation scenario 2. All right, I haven't done this one in a while. Let's see. So we're supposed to find and correct the network errors. We're going to document the corrections to the network, and then we're going to implement solutions and test the connectivity. All right. So right off the bat, it's telling us that we're going to troubleshoot a misconfigured VLAN environment. The initial network has errors. Your objective is to locate and correct the errors and in the configurations and establish end-to-end connectivity. Your final configuration should match the topology diagram and addressing table. The native VLAN for this topology is 56. So we know that native VLAN is 56, right? And we have a bunch of spaces to write problems. So there's probably a few issues here. So let's go into, first thing, let's go into the switch S2 and see what we can find. Right off the bat, you can see right there on the switch, there's a couple of messages here. One, spanning tree error received. Received an 802.1q BPDU on a non-trunk gigabit Ethernet 01 VLAN 56. So it's blocking gigabit Ethernet 1 on VLAN 56 inconsistent port type. So let's go see what that means. Enable. Let's show the running config. Let's see what it's saying. Gigabit Ethernet 01. So let's see what 01 says. Alright, so gigabit 01. Got switch port trunk. Oh, right there. So this is supposed to be from gigabit 01. So from S2 to S1 and from S1 to S3, you should have trunks, right? And what I see here on interface G01 is in switch port mode access. So let's document that. You know what? Let me open up that documentation paper. This is 6328, 6238, that one. All right, while that opens, what you should be documenting here is the problem is, right, you can put something like on switch 2 or on is it S2? Yeah, on S2, gigabit Ethernet 0/1 is in access mode. And so your solution is to change that into trunk mode. So you will say the solution is change gigabit Ethernet 01 to trunk mode by using the command switch port mode trunk. So while my Word document, alright, so right here in my Word document, let's have that instead. Right, my Word document. Problem. Right? My problem is on S2, the G0/1 interface is on switch port mode access. This is the incorrect mode. Right? Solution. The solution, oh, come on. Change the interface from access to trunk mode with the command bold, we'll just do it in bold, switch port mode trunk. Alright, so that's your first solution. So we'll implement that right now. So we're going to go in there and we're going to type in configure terminal, right? And we're going to do interface G0/1, right? And then we're going to type in switch port mode trunk, right? You're going to see a couple things change from a downstate to an upstate. Also, you'll see that VLAN 56 went to an upstate as well, okay? That should at least fix one issue, but it's not all the issues, because if you were to try to PC, remember this is a This is not inter-VLAN routing, it's a routing challenge, so you should be able to still be ping within your VLAN. So PC1 to PC4, I believe those are VLAN on VLAN 10. Let's check our document here. Right? Yeah, anything in F01 to F05 is VLAN 56. Anything from F06 to F010 should be VLAN 30. So that should tell you when your port. So let's check that out on the ports. Exit. Let's see. Oh, there's another message we got. Say, look, native VLAN mismatch discovered on Gigabit Ethernet 01 56 with S1. So there's another issue there. So all this is telling us is that the native VLAN on our switch S2, which is Gigabit 01, is configured as VLAN 56, but S1 has it configured as VLAN 1. So let's go take care of that right now. We'll document that too. So we'll type in our problem, VLAN mismatch, I'm sorry, not VLAN, native VLAN mismatch with from S2 to S1. And then we can put in parentheses S2 in parentheses 56, and then on S1 we can put in parentheses comma 1. Alright, so the solution for this one is to connect to switch S1 and change the native VLAN to VLAN 56 on port G0/1. Okay, so we're going to go to S1 really quick. We're going to go into CLI, right? We're going to change that enable. And let's just do a show run really quick just to see what we got going on. There shouldn't be anything configured in here because you have just 2 trunk ports on your S1. Trunk port to both sides. Okay. You should have a couple of VLANs, right, for the VLANs to pass through. So let's take care of that Gigabit Ethernet 01 first. So conft interface G01. Yeah. Let's see. G01, switch port, trunk, native, VLAN 56. Alright. So then you'll get port consistency restored, right? So it says unblocking Gigabit Ethernet 01 on VLAN 56, port consistency restored. So basically you have fixed that problem, that little problem that was right there, right? So that's good. You solved that little issue right there. And see, our percentage is at 16 so far. 16 out of 70. All right, next, let's go back to S2 and see what else is going on. Show run. I'm sorry, if I'm in global config mode, you can do the command do show run so that you can see the running config. All right, so one thing off the bat that I notice here is that from Fast Ethernet 01 to Fast Ethernet 05, right, they're on VLAN 56, which is correct. That should be fine from F01 to F05. But the issue that I have that I notice is that you have a command switch port trunk native VLAN 56. I believe you do not have to have that in there because one, this is a trunk command, and we are in access mode. So we need to get rid of that. So let me go into, let's go fix that first. So interface range F0/1-5, right? Because it's 1 through 5. And we're going to type in the command no switch port trunk native VLAN. I don't know if we have to put 5.6 or not, but I'll put it in there anyways. Right? We should not have that in there. That didn't really change anything. I don't think we should have had that because we're doing it's just a switch port. So anything that connects to interfaces 1 through 5 should be communicating on what's it called, on VLAN 56. So let's see. Do show run. Let's see if that fixed it. Yeah. Okay. So we have that out of the way. So let's go through and verify your interfaces as well. So I have 1 through 5 should be on 56, right? That's our management and native, right? VLAN 56, VLAN 56. That seems right, right? From 6 to 10, it should be VLAN 30. So VLAN 30, VLAN 30, VLAN 30, VLAN 30. From 11 to 17, it should be VLAN 10. Right? I have VLAN 10, so I'm just verifying right here, and I'm in the correct mode. It should say switch port access VLAN 10 and switch port mode access. That's all we should have in those ports. 10, 10, 10, 17. Starting from 18 to 24, I should be on 20. Right? So once you verify that all of that is correct and nothing seems out of the norm, right? And you have a trunk on Gateway Ethernet 01 that goes to S1 right here. So that should this setup looks like it's done correctly, right? VLAN 56 is created, and all that stuff. One more thing. Do show VLAN. Let's see if I have my VLAN set up. Because one thing to have them written down, it's another thing to have them actually created. So looks like that's set up. This is another way to quickly verify that they're, have the correct ports. I have 10, 20, 30, and 56. Okay. One other thing I forgot to check on S1 actually is let's do show gigabit or G0/1/1 switch port. Okay, good. Let's do that from there. Show interface G0/1 switch port, and let's see. Okay, so we're trunking mode. Native VLAN is 56 on there. Trunking VLANs enabled all. Okay, so I think I need to one thing I need to do is conft terminal and go into interface G0/1. Let's do show. Right. I want to see if that is going to show up there or not. Alright, one thing I don't see is the allowed VLAN. So a lot of times we don't want to just allow just anyone, because if we just have it not set up, it's going to allow whatever VLAN. So one thing I think we need to have in there is to allow certain VLANs in there. So interface G01, switch port, trunk, allowed VLAN, and we're going to allow 10, 20, 30, 56. So those are the only allowed VLANs that we should have. And let's see if that changed our percentage here. Nope, it did not. It's probably not a problem that was supposed to be configured, but it's okay. But now I can see that I have it in there. Switch port trunk, allowed VLANs, I allow 10, 20, 30, 56. Okay. On S1, let's see what we have. Let's exit out of here. Looks like I have a mismatched VLAN with S3. So it says on gigabit 02, I have it configured on this device as VLAN 1, and on 56 is on S3 is configured as 56. 56 is the correct one. So let's take care of that right now. So let's go to interface G. Well, let's see what the running config says first. Do show run. And I got that message again saying, hey, it's still wrong. You need to fix it. Right? I'm in trunk mode. I should be in trunk mode on both native VLAN. So I'm just gonna do an interface range G0/1 to 2. something with space in there, not 2. Right? So then I'm just going to run the same commands twice. Switch port, switch, if I can spell it, mode, trunk, to make sure they're both in trunk, switch port, trunk, native, VLAN 5.6, and switch port trunk, allowed VLAN is 10, 20, 30, 56. Okay, so another one of the problems that we just fixed was on G02 on S3. So we'll just type that in, native VLAN mismatch from S1, which was configured as VLAN 1, to S3, which is to have the correct one, 56, right? So our solution would be to connect to switch S1 and change the native VLAN to VLAN 5.6 on port G0/2. So that's our second issue right there. And at least we should have got some percentage, right? We're on 22 now. 22. Now let's see what else we can find out on here. Exit. Exit. Let's do a do show VLAN. Alright, so on do show VLAN, there's kind of an issue here. You only have one VLAN here. One. You should have all the VLANs that are going to pass through. So let's type that in right now. Let's create those VLANs. So VLAN 5.6, right? Because that is our management VLAN, right? So VLAN 5.6, and we have to name it exactly how it's written down there. So name, management, and native, and I spelled native with a lowercase native. Management and native, right? We gave it a name. We'll configure them with an IP address afterwards. So I just want to create them right now. Exit VLAN 30, name, guest, and in parentheses, default. Exit VLAN 10, name, faculty / staff, right, enter, exit, and then we're going to do VLAN 20, right, name, students, right, enter, exit. Alright, so we've created the 4 VLANs, 56, 30, 10, and 20 on S1. Let's take a really quick moment to check to see if our score went up. Yeah, it did. So that was another issue. Okay, so let's document that. Missing VLANs on switch S1. Created VLANs and named them on S1 using the VLAN ID number, VLAN ID command. Alright. We're still not done yet. We still have a few more things we need to do. But one thing we do need to do is, at least on switch S1, we have to give VLAN 56 an IP address. So let's do that. So interface VLAN 5.6, right? And on S1, you have it right here as the top one, so it's that very top IP address. We're going to give it IP address 192.168. 56.11, right? Subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Enter. Let's do a no shutdown just in case. Exit out of that. All right. Did that give us some more pointage? No. But you still had to do it anyways. That should have been one of those. And the reason why we do it is that if in case we want to remote into that device, that would be the way that we do it with that VLAN 56. But let's move on. I think that's all we need to do here. Let's just do a last run on my do show run. Okay, we've allowed, it's in trunk, it has native VLAN, the correct native VLAN, it's got the trunk mode, and it's allowing the correct VLANs through. I think that's all we needed to do in here for now. Alright, let's go to S3 and see what we got going on in here, the last one. Alright, we have some messages. There were some errors on port consistency, but it's been fixed since we fixed on S1. So let's go to enable, show run. Alright, so right off the bat you can see, if you don't notice that, because I scroll back up, right? If I'm looking at F0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they're in switch port mode access, which is great if we're going to assign it a VLAN to be a part of, but they're not a part of any VLAN. They're not being accessed, and from ports 1 through 5 it has to be VLAN 56. If you notice on 7, 8, 9, 10, all of them actually are not associated with the VLAN. The trunk is done correctly and the VLAN 56. So let's fix that. So we're going to have to do some ranging here. So we're going to go into configure terminal. We're going to go to interface range. Let's just go from the top bottom on our ports. So interface range F0/1 to 5, right? And then we're going to do switch port. Since we already have switch port mode access, we don't have to do that. So we just have to do switch port access VLAN and then the VLAN number we want it to access. So those 5 ports are going to be in now associated with 56. So we're going to exit out of that one. We're going to go to interface range F0/6 to 10. Enter. And then we're going to go switch port mode access instead of 56. And all I did was just hit up to hit my history again, so I can just just change that. Just change the last 2 numbers. That's it. So instead of 56, we're going to do switch port access VLAN 30. Enter. We're going to exit out of here. Interface range F0/11 all the way to 17. Enter. And then we're going to make that access VLAN 10. Enter. And then we're going to exit out of that. And then we're going to go to interface range F0/18 all the way to 24. Enter. And we're going to make that access VLAN 20. Enter. And that should be it. Let's see what my percentage is. 70 out of 70. So that was our last issue there. So what we're going to document in here is on switch S3, ports were not associated to a correct VLAN. And our solution for that will be associated, because I spelled that wrong. I knew I spelled that wrong. I spelled it wrong the first time. Associated each port, port with the correct VLAN using the command, and I'll put this in bold, switch port access VLAN and then VLAN ID. Bold. And those are my issues that I found. Those were the solutions that I implemented. And that's it, pretty much. Now, the last thing it tells us to do is to ping, right? we should score 70 points, but I mean, let's just do it just for continuity's sake, right? Let's see. My IP address is 10.21 on this one. I'm going to use this one to ping. So let's go to command prompt, and I need to find out what PC4 is. So PC4, let's go to my document here. PC4 is on the same VLAN, I believe. So PC4, let's ping it. Ping 192.168.10.24, looks like, and I get connectivity. Now, if I were to ping .20, I should not. .20.25. And I'm not going to get any because they're across a different VLAN. Alright? And it's going to tell me timed out. Alright? So all you should be checking when you do your ping is the same VLAN devices. Devices that are in the same VLAN, they should have connectivity. Across a different VLAN, they would not. And that is it. So that's all you have to do. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. If you want notifications.